Hey, it's Dave. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk about my health, my diet, and some things that I figured out. So I'm over a year into carnivore ketovore, and pretty good, I have good days and I have bad days. And sometimes the bad days kind of roll into bad weeks. Like I feel really strong, I feel very capable, and then sometimes I feel very weak and I am incapable. It makes things very difficult. And I keep trying to tie these things back to instances, my diet, my exercise, different things so I can figure it out and do better. So my diet is the same diet every day, every week, every month. I eat the same thing. I've maybe changed it up a little bit here and then. If you're interested in knowing what my diet is, do me a favor and subscribe or leave me a like. That'd be helpful. And I'll add what my diet is. I have a food diet, like a regular food diet, that's pretty well balanced. Ketovore, definitely. Sometimes more carnivore, but I also have desserty stuff that I make that is pretty delicious. I don't hate it, but yeah, I'd rather have cupcakes, but whatever. Anyways, one of the things that I've realized here recently and figured out, and I don't have a journal, which I probably should get one or should do one. So I don't have a specific timeline, but I've taken supplements over the years. I've taken one a day vitamin supplements. I've taken, like as of the last year and a half, 2 years, I've taken berberine supplements, which is similar to metformin for diabetes. I've taken taurine at one point. I took for whatever reason, I don't even remember what for, but I've taken Lion's Mane mushroom supplements. I was thinking that all this was in my brain, is what I thought it was, and so I was taking all these supplements to try to get my brain squared away. But so one of the things that I stopped taking in the last maybe 2 to 3 months was I stopped taking those one a day vitamin supplements, which because I was eating meat, I wasn't eating any garbage, I wasn't eating any sugars, I was eating almost no carbs. I wasn't completely sure that I needed the vitamin supplement. And over the last, let's say, 2 to 3 weeks, I noticed not my health deteriorating, but my function deteriorating. So I had to think back, what else could it be? So definitely it was that vitamin could have been it. But there was also something that I had in my regular diet that I realized now that I had taken out of my diet because I ran out. And that was beans. I was making pinto beans in with this meat dish that I make I make it in a big pot, like a chili pot almost. And I eat a lot of beans in that meat dish. So now thinking back, I'm thinking, so I stopped taking the one a day supplements right about the time I stopped eating these beans. And those two items have the same thing in them that I think is affecting my function of getting better, and that's magnesium. I don't know what magnesium is. I don't know what exactly what it does to the system, but it says that magnesium appears to help manage blood sugar levels among people with diabetes. Also, those who tend to consume less magnesium typically have poorer blood sugar regulation and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, which could explain exactly what I'm dealing with because I took the magnesium out of my diet with the daily um, with the daily vitamins, and I stopped eating beans, which is high in magnesium. So I'm thinking that my problem is that I haven't had enough magnesium in my system. So I'm hoping adding some magnesium supplement back into my system, eating my one a day supplements again, and eating more beans, that I'll start seeing a much better process of moving forward with this reversing of this whole diabetes thing that I'm going through. Like I think at this point, I probably don't even have diabetes anymore. I know I did at one point. I know I had pre-diabetes. I knew I was diabetic, but at this point, I think I haven't taken a blood test in forever. Actually, I've never taken a blood test. I just knew that that was the problem I was having. But I would think now that I would probably be very low or zero on the diabetic scale. I think my A1C would be 5 or less. I'm 99% sure. I don't eat sugar. So I don't know exactly. I don't eat sugar and I don't eat too many carbs. I don't know what would spike it up above 5.0 on my A1 on an A1C. Anyway, so I guess the point of this conversation is I'm 99% sure that I was seriously magnesium deficient. I'm hoping adding supplements and some diet back into my system that has a lot of magnesium that I'll start seeing a big uptick in my particular situation. And when that happens, I will absolutely share it on this channel. Hey, if you're interested in knowing exactly what I eat in a week, I'd be more than happy to share it. I make it in a big pot, like a chili pot. It's almost like chili, but it's got a mix of different stuff in it. Now with beans that are, it's very healthful. I mean, it's a good, healthy, not horrible meal. Quite frankly, I couldn't eat anymore just regular hamburger meat. I just couldn't eat it anymore. It makes me be like, ugh, 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 ugh. I don't know how people can eat just hamburger meat for 2 years or 3 years or forever. Maybe if I could eat steaks, I would be able to do it. But even steaks aren't that delicious after the first 3 months. I feel like you have to have like some spice and some other stuff. I mean, I've definitely switched from carnivore to ketovore. And I don't specifically want to eat a bunch of vegetables. I just can't eat 100% meat. I just can't eat it. So if you're interested in knowing what my diet looks like, and that includes my meal diet, which is again mostly meat, but I do have some other stuff that I put in it. And I also have a dessert diet because I have to have some sweet. I don't have to have sweets, but I do feel like I need to add some dessert, some like yogurt based desserts, some fruit based desserts. There are some things that I make that I think are delicious. I mean, they're keeping me interested in continuing eating. And now that I'm starting to get hungry again with my insulin turning to being more sensitive, I'm actually getting hungry again. I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to eat something. Around 5 o'clock, I'm ready to eat again, which is a good thing because for 2 years, I literally only ate because it was time to eat, or the sun told me that it was time to eat. I didn't eat because I was hungry. Now I'm starting to eat because I'm hungry again, which I'm thinking that's a great thing. Hey, if you want to know any more about my particular situation or some things that I've found or things that I've used or done to solve any particular problems that I'm having, ask me a question in the comments. I'd be more than happy to answer. Don't ask me why I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat because I live upstate New York and it's cold. It's cold in my house. It's cold outside. It's cold in my basement. It's cold in my attic. It's cold sitting next to a heater. It's cold. That's why I wear a hat. And quite frankly, I wear a hat even sometimes into. I'll wear a hat all the way until June here, because there are times when you turn the heat on in June in upstate New York, because this place kind of stinks. But whatever. That's a whole different conversation. Anyways, if this has been of interest to you, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in more information on anything that I've discussed here, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to add more content specifically about what I've found and what I've realized and the changes that I've made that hopefully have benefited me and will hopefully benefit you too. Again, if you don't have enough magnesium in your diet, which can be in your diet, in your food diet, or it can be in a supplement, and I guess you could probably get a blood test and figure out if you have enough magnesium. I don't even know. But if you're feeling like, you can go to Google and search magnesium and how it affects diabetes or your health. And if you feel anything like you might need more magnesium, just get a supplement. I bought one off of Amazon and I'm going to try it in the next couple of days and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I'm having those one a days again and I'm eating more beans. I'm eating a lot more pinto beans. And next, I think I'm going to add in lima beans and some black beans because apparently those are higher in magnesium. But I'm thinking magnesium has been my problem with my strength, my balance, my coordination. At least I hope it is, because I need to turn this thing around because this is too difficult. Anyways, I hope this has been interesting. Hope you enjoyed hope you enjoyed this. And if this is too long, sorry. I'll try to make them shorter. Or if it's not long enough and you want more info, I'd be more than happy to add more info. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.